Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Spotlight 814. I am your host, Ryan Dolly, and I am here in the studio with two of the stars of Newsies at the Erie Playhouse. I'm here with Anthony Nunez.
What's up? I'm Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony, Jack Kelly, and also Dylan Vergotz.
Yeah, hello.
Oh, you really had to laugh at me?
I don't know. It's just he said your name, and then you said, "I'm."
So
that's
they,
me.
so
they had to put
they
the
can
voice to the
associate the
name.
voice with the
Right,
name.
right.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
well, I'm Dylan.
Hi, Dylan. And you're playing Crutchy, right?
I am playing Crutchy.
Awesome.
Yes.
Great roles. So, Newsies, tell us a little bit about Newsies. Who wants to start?
I can start. Newsies has a big part of my kind of little theater heart. I did it back in high school, and it was like the first show I ever got obsessed with.
Yeah.
Like, the music was so fun, and the fact that it was all dudes and like the original recording and all that. I was like, this is fun.
Yeah.
And it was like the first time like I ever like would seek out like watching musical videos.
Okay.
And like those slime tutorials. Like I wanted to watch anything related to Newsies.
What do you mean by slime tutorials?
This is like a new thing,
That's a
okay?
random what is
You don't
Yeah.
know this?
So it
No.
it's a way of getting around calling it a bootleg, because if you like
Yeah.
say it's a bootleg, they're gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh, we're gonna take that down.
Mm-hmm.
So they say so they say like slime. It's a slime tutorial video, but it's actually just like.
So yeah,
Yeah,
some of
it's
that,
a
or
bootleg,
like
yeah.
it could be like going into hell to find my lover slime tutorial, and it's just Hadestown,
Yeah.
like something like that.
Yeah.
But
I've never heard that before.
yeah,
It's so dumb, but
but I mean, if you just look up slime tutorial in the musical, you'll probably find it.
you'll find
That
it.
is
Yeah.
so funny.
Who did you play in high school?
Oh yeah.
I played JoJo.
Okay.
So just a side newsie, Braden, my goat. He's JoJo in this one.
Nice.
And Elijah Lyons actually played Jack Kelly when I went to prep, and now
Okay.
he's on Broadway.
I don't know if this
in
is loud
Illinois.
for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
Actually, just do it
this
into the
is-
mic.
Well, so this is a Snickers bar, just so everybody knows.
It's Snickers peanut butter. That's
Oh,
important.
yeah.
Specifically,
the
and they're in
little
little
chunks.
squares.
Yep.
Snickers will be expecting that paycheck in the mail for that sponsorship.
Just really good. Just really good snack. You know, I don't want to be sponsored.
Use my
or
promo
anything.
code A Nunez.
I do
just-
want to be sponsored, actually.
Snickers.com.
Okay. Well, hey, Snickers. Hey.
Spotlight 814
Snickers.com.
needs that money.
Ah.
Continue. Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. But yeah, I was JoJo in the original cast, and I was like, I really loved doing the show. It was like, it's a show that has always stuck with me as like one of my favorites that I've done, and having the opportunity to do it again with like one of the roles I've always wanted to do since I was like 13, 14.
Right.
I was like, I'm going to try to do it, and it's been so much fun. The process has been super fun working with Dylan, Peyton, all the Newsies who I kind of had to meet from the beginning because they're all significantly younger than I am.
Yeah.
But it's been a ton of fun. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
That's awesome.
It is very strange doing this show and being one of the oldest in the cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I started doing theater, I started at the Playhouse. And, well, actually, I'd be lying. I started in 4th grade
In 4th grade.
at
Okay.
my elementary school. There was a musical called Happy the High-Tech Snowman.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Have you heard of that?
No, but yeah.
So it's called Happy the High-Tech Snowman. And it's about a snowman, like, learning, like...
How to use computers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
basically. So there was like a song that was like teaching him like TMI and stuff like that, and there was lyrics to it. It'd be TMI, too much information. I got Happy the High Tech Snowman in my first musical ever, and I started doing it at the Playhouse the very next year, and there were a lot of people that were like in 8th or 9th grade. Like they weren't much older than me, but they felt so
When
much
you're that
older than
young.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how old are you guys now?
So I'm 21.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
21.
And you're the oldest in the cast. That's
Oh,
crazy.
21. And I think
Oldest-
Peyton just turned 22.
Yeah,
Okay.
oldest
Like
of the
during the cast.
Newsies.
The
is
oldest
us.
of the Newsies. Right.
Peyton is the oldest,
Okay.
Yeah.
being
The-
22.
the-
Well, no. That's like so wrong.
Of the
Richard-
Newsies.
I guess of the
Newsies,
Newsies,
yeah,
of the kids.
Newsies,
Okay,
yeah. Of the
fair
kids,
enough.
yeah,
Yeah,
Peyton's the...
I was just realizing
the oldest.
there are adults in this cast.
There are,
The
yeah.
adults are,
Okay.
I don't know. who the oldest
Pulitzer
ones is.
and you know.
Yep.
Snyder.
Schneider.
Snyder.
The Spider.
Uh-huh.
So Newsies, the original film was released in 1992, loosely based on the New York City Newsboys strike
Bale.
of 1899, and it featured 12 songs originally by Alan Menken with lyrics by Jack Fieldman, and it starred
When did it come?
Batman, Christian Bale. What's that?
Oh, the movie.
The movie, yeah. So it was Christian Bale, Bill Pullman, and Margaret, and Robert Duvall, which I did not know Robert Duvall was in that.
You know?
Now you know.
I did not know that. I knew Christian Bale was in it.
Yeah, like Batman.
Yeah.
I heard he was bad in it.
You heard Christian Bale was bad in the movie?
In Newsies, yeah. I only watched like the first hour. When I was younger, I got bored.
I think.
I didn't love the
people
movie.
say he wasn't like a great singer or something?
I've heard that.
I wouldn't be
I've heard that.
surprised.
I didn't love the movie.
He's
yeah.
Batman. You can't be a good singer and be Batman.
That's
Yeah,
true,
it's just
especially when your Batman
It
voice is
doesn't
like
double
this.
down. Doesn't double down like that.
Yeah, no.
You can't be too good at two things at once.
You can only be good at one thing. Remember, kids. So then Disney Theatrical Productions produced the stage musical based on the film, and that's opened at Paper Mill Playhouse in Millburn, New Jersey,
Okay.
in 2011,
Paper Mill Dub.
and that was starring Jeremy Jordan as Jack.
My goat.
So that. Damn. 13 years ago.
Yeah. And then it opened on Broadway at the Nederlander Theater on March 15th, 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, checks out.
And it earned 8 Tony Award nominations, including Best Musical, and it won for Best Choreography and Best Original Score.
I'm pretty sure Jeremy Jordan also won a Tony for his performance in it too, didn't he?
I don't think he won. He
Oh,
was
he
he
was
was nominated.
nominated.
He was nominated for
Gotcha.
sure.
Immature.
Dang.
He is one of the goats, though.
He's really
He's
talented.
one of the goats.
He's great. So the choreography,
Mm.
like there's a lot of dancing in this show.
Mm-hmm.
How's all that going?
Dylan, you can take
Well,
this one.
I'll start off by saying I'm not the most gifted dancer. I mean I can learn choreography and then I can probably hold it for like that like few days that we're doing the choreography.
Yeah.
And then after those, I lose it really fast. I lose it really fast. And I don't know what it is because I've been doing shows since I was 11. So
Yeah.
about 10 years now, I've been doing shows. I still can't remember choreography. But I've been playing Crutchy in this show.
Yeah.
So I get an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. You get
Yeah.
an excuse to get out of it.
Excuse to not do all the choreography. There's a couple songs I don't got to be in.
Yeah.
Like Seize the Day, as soon as we start all that choreography, I just stand in the back for a little bit. And
Yeah.
then as soon as we go into the big dance number of that, I just walk off stage.
There you
And
go.
I come back in and I do my thing at the end. But yeah, no, it's been choreography wise for me. I mean, I just do a couple of like the shuffle moves and then I don't have to do most of it. I can't do jumps. I can do
Right.
some jumps, but like
You're on
can't
crutches,
spin.
so yeah.
There's a handstand in one of the dances. Can't do that. I can't do a handstand.
You should
on
do
my
it
crutch.
on crutches.
I know, just pull out another crutch from somewhere. Yeah. So I only have the one crutch, so I just be,
Right.
yeah.
You got the Tiny Tim crutch.
Yeah. Yep. There's always got to be a Tiny Tim in a good show, right?
Yeah. How about for you, Anthony?
Honestly, Jack Haley doesn't dance that much, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
I know most of the choreography, just because I've watched him do it so much, other than King of New York. But like I dance in Carrying the Banner for like the entire song. But the only other big number that they would dance in is Seize the Day, and I'm off stage for like half those dances until the end.
Yeah.
Which is why at the end where we do like our bow dance, I do the whole thing because I really want to. I enjoy dancing. I think it's fun, and so I just stay in and I do the whole bow because I know you, Davey, and Les all leave, but I'm just chilling in the back vibing to the dance, and it's basically the same as what they do in Seize a Day already. So I kind of know like half Seize a Day already, but I did a lot of like training with Jenna Baker.
Yeah. Are they the choreographer?
No, they aren't, but they were helping me with like tap and stuff.
Okay, nice.
Because when I was auditioning, I was going for multiple different roles. So I wanted to be able to dance and like be familiar with tapping again,
Right.
so I could be ready for kind of any role that I got.
Yeah. Now, who did the choreography for the show?
Leah Johnson and Heidi, I don't know her last name.
Sheehan.
Sheehan.
Boo, Anthony. Boo.
What can I
I'm
say?
bad with last names too.
Me too.
I'm
Me
lucky
too.
that I knew that one.
Yeah,
The only reason I know her last name is because I know her son. I went to school with her son. So
Okay.
that was
Okay.
really
Cool. Now,
Cool.
Dylan, your mom, you know, she's a theater mom.
Oh yeah.
We love her. She was backstage at both Beautiful and Tootsie,
Mm-hmm.
and she's one of my favorite people at the Playhouse.
Yeah. She loves being there. And I think it's because I found a love for it, and she loves just about anything that I love. Like she likes, anything that I feel She always says this to me. Anything that I feel, she feels 10 times more.
Yeah.
So
She's so proud of you, dude. Like, so proud of you. Like, every time I talk to her, she's like, Dylan's doing this and he's doing that.
Yep. She tells me she's a good mom.
That's
But
awesome, man.
she's. I mean, I've been noticing it more and more, especially because other people at the Playhouse have been, talking about her so much, and she just like they're asking her to be on the board and stuff like that. A lot of people like her.
She's
And
just so happy to be there. It's great.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
she's
great.
always like that though. She's always been a positive person.
Mm-hmm.
So
She always gives me a big hug when she sees me. And
same.
she's great. She's great.
yeah.
So what's your favorite part of the show?
Ooh. This show has been awesome so far.
I mean, you guys opened last night.
I think for me, the song that I have with Anthony at the very beginning is probably my
Really?
favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the numbers. For my character, I'm only in the first act.
Yeah.
And for anyone that has not seen Newsies, I'm not going to tell you why.
Spoilers.
I'm not going to tell you why.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
No
Nope. not gonna tell you.
spoilers.
No spoilers. Because I hate being the spoiler guy, so I'm not going to do it. So I have that song, and then I have a few of the big numbers, but like, I don't do much in them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So personally, for my character, I'm not in a lot. So I don't know. That's probably my favorite. I think it's
What's
like,
the name of that one?
So it's the first song that we do. Opening song is called Santa Fe Prologue,
Okay.
and it's just singing about me and Anthony. Our characters are waking up in the morning, and then we're just talking about getting ready for the day, and how I'm talking about how like my leg isn't working so good anymore.
Got the bum leg.
And he's like, well, let's go to Santa Fe. Like, he's like, I've never been there. The song's about like, I've never been there, but it's just this picture perfect place where everything is,
What's with musicals wanting to go to Santa Fe? Like, you got Rent. They want to go to Santa Fe.
It's just that's the
Back
place.
in
It's the place to
1899,
be.
they probably
It's the
got
place
like
to be.
horses. Rent was super low because nobody lived there.
It's a place to be if you're struggling, man.
Yeah, Palomino.
Warm.
Yeah.
You'll ride in style.
And how about you, Anthony?
Gosh, I think my favorite song is probably my favorite part of the show is Once and For All,
Okay.
Yeah.
because that song is just so cool.
No.
Like when you really think about the lyrics that we sing, like every word is like super cool.
Super
Like the-
powerful.
This is a story we needed to write that's been kept out of sight, but no more. Like when you like really listen to the lyrics, it's super cool. And then the
Yeah.
ending where it's like, "There's change coming," and all the harmonies come together.
It gives me chills every time. You change from the fast beat
Yeah.
to the
You're gone.
"There's change come." It's
Yeah.
so big. And
Uh-huh.
Can't wait to see
And then
it.
when all the harmonies are there, and then the end of the song, and then we just like crescendo at the end, and bam.
Yeah.
Like you can't. Speaking of Once and For All, yesterday my paper fell off the thing, off the
really?
unit, so I
Apes.
didn't have any paper to show at the end. So I just posed like a loser. I looked down to grab it. I'm like,
Like Trump after he got shot.
literally, like, please, Mr.
Hey.
President, get down.
Just pose.
So you guys opened last night at
Yes,
the
we
Erie
did.
Playhouse. When do you run till?
August 11th,
August
Yeah.
11th.
maybe a fourth weekend,
All right.
potentially.
Nice. Nice.
Yes.
Well, I will be there on your third weekend.
Third.
I'll get there the third weekend because we
Cool.
close next week for
Next
Jersey
week?
Boys. Yeah. And speaking of Jersey Boys, you guys were both in Jersey Boys at the Playhouse.
Word.
1 year ago.
We have
Yes.
two
Yeah.
two Joe Pesci's in the room.
Oh,
Two Joe
snap. Oh, snap.
Joey
I didn't think
Fishes.
about that.
Little Joey Fishes, and we got a Bob Gaudio in the room.
Yes, sir.
Gaudio, Bob Gaudio, he's a kid, but he writes like a madman. Plus, he writes songs.
Who wears short shorts? We wear short shorts.
It's like your worst nightmare.
Oh man. Two Joe Pesci.
Can't believe I
songs.
remembered that line.
All right. I forget it every night. Oh man, yeah, I really enjoyed you guys in Jersey Boys last year.
That was my
Yeah.
first Playhouse show too.
Was it really?
That was.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I saw you the first time in Next to Normal at Gannon. And speaking of Gannon, Schuster
Yeah.
Theater, you guys We're in a little musical that went viral.
Oh, really?
Went super, super viral.
Perchance.
Dusk the musical.
Yeah.
Small viral.
Played at Edinburgh Fringe Festival. And tell us a little bit about that.
Actually, it's Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. Edinburgh.
It was fun. It was fun. Well, I mean, I guess that's probably the best way to describe it. It was a whole different experience
Yeah.
than what I am used to.
Yeah. It's a parody
First
musical.
of all, it is a parody musical of the Twilight movies, which going into it, I had never seen any of the movies.
Yeah.
And I had never read any of the books.
Right.
But it was in December, I think. Of 2022 I had it been. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I got a call from Morgan Kennedy, and I was at home like playing video games or something. I don't even remember it was like late. It was like 9:00 at night or something. And she called me, and I am not in contact with her often, so it was like just kind of random.
Yeah.
So she called me, and she asked me to do it, and she was like, "So I have this role for you. I wrote this show, and I was thinking, maybe you'd be good for the role in it." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Well, what is it?" She said, "You're gonna have to bear with me for a minute."
Hear me out.
and she told me what it was, and I was like, "I don't know what that. Like, I don't know anything about the movies other than he's like, my character is just real
Pale.
and
just
like,
pale guy.
broody, and that's all I knew." So I watched the movies and stuff, and got ready for it, but it was fun. I think doing it in Scotland was an experience for everybody too.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what did you think?
I didn't know what to expect. It was my first time traveling outside of the country by myself.
Yeah, me too.
It was my first time also in Europe.
Me too.
I guess England, which was crazy. And I felt like, honestly, when I went, I was like, dang, like, do I really deserve to be here with all these people who like do this like professionally or like want to do this professionally?
It was, yeah.
But like I met everybody and everyone was super awesome and cool. And we all just like knew where each other was at.
Yeah.
We just bonded super quickly.
Yeah, I
So
hear
what-
it's a very supportive community over
I mean,
there.
it was just, I mean, in and of itself, it was cool because when we did it at Gannon, or originally with the first cast.
Yeah.
And it was all Gannon students, and I was the only one that did not go to Gannon.
Yeah.
that did the show, and we recasted it when we were going to Fringe with a bunch of people internationally.
Oh,
so
cool.
there were
Okay.
people from there was someone from Georgia in it. Molly
Beck was
Tucker,
from
she was
Australia.
Georgia. There was
some people from Scotland, some people from the UK.
Helen was from California, I think.
Helen was from California.
And then
Lizzie was from
Utah.
Utah.
Yeah.
Mormon.
She talked about Mormons all the
Okay,
time.
yeah.
She's not Mormon, but
She talked. Yeah, she was like Mormon breeding place.
True.
Just saying that. But and then there were people from Scotland, and then there was people from England, and it was really cool.
That's cool.
It
Yeah.
was really
UK,
really
yeah.
cool. I mean,
I didn't know much about it until I saw it pop up on my TikTok,
yeah.
and I was
That's
like,
how it
"What
gets
is
ya.
this?" And I was like, "I know that
that's
guy."
how it gets ya.
I had people
With the glitter on your chest.
Oh man.
Speaking of that, I had somebody recognize me from Dusk yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I had to show them that Dylan was also in the show. They're like, I'm surrounded by celebrities right now.
It was.
No.
The only reason that I think me and Anthony sigh about it is not because of the actual experience of doing the show,
No.
but
Yeah.
just like it's just like a weird thing. You know how people say like sometimes like you expect you're gonna blow up for the reason that you don't.
Mhm.
Like you,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
whatever
You least
reason you least
expect.
expect.
Yeah,
there
for
you
sure.
go. Whatever that phrase is, I don't know. That is not what I was expecting to happen for like either. I don't
Like
know, for
after it
myself.
was really
It's just-
cool when it first blew up at like Gannon.
Yeah.
I was like, oh dude, that's so cool.
And
Like,
then I started
I
getting
went
texts
viral.
from my friends that I haven't talked to in like 5 years, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Is this you?" And they're like sending me the video on TikTok. I'm like, oh my
I think it's worse for you though, because like you're the face of everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you are Edward. I was just walking with eggs, bruh. Like I did
Your
I
character
did like
was
some
so
funny things,
funny.
but like you're basically in every TikTok.
Yeah. I mean,
That's awesome.
regardless though, it was a really cool experience.
Yeah, and Scotland's beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I
wanna
could
go
talk
to-
about Scotland.
I don't want to go to. I do want to go to Edinburgh again one day, especially for the Fringe Fest and like
Yeah.
actually be able to enjoy
Yeah.
watching shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not like
not have to worry about performing. We did the show, I think, 31 times.
Oh
when
my
we were
god!
there.
Wow.
We were there for 5 weeks.
yeah.
For 5 weeks, so we did it 6 times a week, and
And then we did it like 12
we had the
times,
Sundays off.
and then we had double that one week.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we would do it at like
one during-
11 or 12, and then we'd have to do it again 12 hours later.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But it was fun. It was a good experience.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. Look it up on TikTok. Dusk the musical.
Dusk the musical.
They're going back to Fringe.
They
Yeah,
are
I
going
hear
back to
that.
Fringe.
I hear that they're
Yep.
going back this year.
Yep.
Um,
They've been talking about it.
yeah, that's awesome. So let's get back to Newsies before we get into this new segment that we're
Okay.
gonna do. Tell us a little bit about the rest of the cast, the crew,
Yeah.
the pit. You know,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit
Finna be in
about,
the pit.
What do you want to
about
start
those
with?
guys.
We can start with cast.
Yeah.
Just make our way down.
The cast has been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun.
A
I think-
rowdy bunch.
Oh my goodness. I think at times I can be one to like want to talk and like you know chat it up. But I think a lot of the times I've been doing, you know, because we've all been doing theater for so long. I've learned when to like settle it down, lock in,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
do what you got to do, listen. But I will say when I was in youth theater shows and I was like, you know, 14, 15, 16. I did not know when to stop talking.
Oh, you're a
yeah,
kid,
same.
man. It's just like that's
It's
what kids
so-
do.
I think with everybody, it has been like a little frustrating. Sometimes we get rowdy and stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
other than that, it has been so cool. It's been so
good.
much fun. Like Danny, who's how old is he?
He's 9.
Oh my god. Okay.
I mean, he's
Oh,
playing,
that's the
he's
youngest
playing
Newsie,
Les. Yeah. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He did Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and he was telling me about how he did that. And I
Wimpy
saw,
Kid was great.
yeah, it was, and that's been cool, because that's about when I started. You know what I mean? So it's like for me, if you know, coming full circle, it's kind of cool.
Take them under your wing a little bit.
Yeah, and then I had some people that I knew already. You know, like Haven Bills. I knew her older sister.
Mhm.
I knew Hadley.
Hadley.
Yep.
So it was cool. It's cool doing a show with her. Leah Habursky. I know
Her
both of her
brothers.
older brothers,
Yeah.
Nathan and
Love those guys.
Yeah, and Noah. And they're like I know her whole family. Who else do I know? John Fleming.
John.
I know. My sister is friends with his sister.
Peyton.
No, Anastasia.
I
Oh.
was just bringing up
Peyton Theme. Yeah, I did shows. Peyton Theme I've known for at least a decade now.
I
So
never
we
knew
both
who she
started at
was.
the same time.
I
But
didn't know she existed until a couple months ago.
well,
Well,
I
now you
mean,
know.
Well, and I grew up doing stuff at the Playhouse.
Right.
We just have a different community, like, you know, like people
Yeah.
we grew up doing theater with.
Yeah.
So it's so cool. It's been so much fun.
Yeah.
Everyone's meshing really good together. I think everybody's stage chemistry
Oh yeah.
is meshing really good.
Are we boring you, Anthony?
No, I'm really tired.
Wow.
It is pretty early
Yeah.
after opening night, but
Yeah, my poor voice.
might need that Snickers.
You
It's,
might. There's one left. Come on.
I'll be fine.
Come on.
not
Lock
yourself. Have a Snickers.
it. Come on, Snickers.
Promo code.
Isn't Joe Pesci in one of those commercials?
Oh my God.
You
He
could probably look it up.
I think he was.
might be. That would be a good.
I
It's
wouldn't-
it's this
I
like
wouldn't put it past
lady
him.
and like she's like getting all cranky and she's like it's Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
And then he eats a Snickers and then she turns back into her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But you might be right.
Yeah, I found it.
Oh, you're about
Put it up to the microphone.
Oh, there's an
gotta-
ad.
we gotta play
No
the ad
Expedia support here. Only Snickers.
Only if Expedia wants to give us money.
Third grade. What are you looking at?
I'm not looking at it.
We're not good enough for you. You looking for something else?
I don't know.
What are you, big supermodels? Oh, yeah. Supermodels. What do you model? Gloves? What are you doing?
That's me.
Totally into me.
Brad, eat a Snickers.
Why?
Because you get a little angry when you're hungry. Better? Ladies. Oh, losers.
Stacy, relax.
I'm sorry. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies you.
So funny.
Wait, those were goated.
You're right.
Yeah. I forgot about that one.
That
That's
released
good.
13 years ago, so that's probably
Holy cow.
Yeah.
2011.
Man.
At least that's when it was uploaded to you. Anyway, yeah. Crew was cast is cool.
Yeah, cast is really
basically
cool.
had
It's
everything,
been
I think.
fun,
Yeah.
and everyone's really locked in.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
say that. Like,
Yeah.
this is the most like focused when it comes to getting down and focusing that I've ever seen a cast. Like dance wise,
Yeah,
I'm so impressed.
that's awesome.
Like, I mean, it was like the first time that we started learning choreography. What was it? It was Carrying the Banner.
Yeah.
Everyone was like
Let's
singing
go.
their songs with their choreography too, and
Yeah,
that
that's
like straight
normally
off the
people
gate.
don't normally link that
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah,
So it
takes a
was
while.
really impressive. I mean, like they were singing and they knew the choreography. I mean, maybe it's just more impressive to me because I can't, I
Because
can't
I
retain
can't
it
do
like
it.
that. But man, it was really cool. I mean, like, and all the dance, like, oh my gosh, King of New York.
I watched that for the first time yesterday, actually.
How?
Because usually I'm backstage, like, setting stuff up.
Yeah.
But I got everything done early. I was like, let me watch. Great.
Insane.
Great number.
Insane. I mean,
Everybody kills it.
Everyone's
And
arms
it's-
are together, and the
like-
tap sounds are like.
And I was
I thought it was
watching
gonna
it.
be a bunch of like you know, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
offset. No.
No, I was
Everyone's-
watching it yesterday. I was tearing up. I'm like, man, proud of these kids.
man.
And then like every time, because my scene is like right after yours, so I just stand there. So I just kind of put my hand up
Yeah.
for some high fives. Because I'm proud of them all, really.
That's awesome.
They're really
Yeah.
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it is really cool.
Yeah.
They're doing a really good job. So shout out to everybody in the Newsies cast.
You
for
real
sure.
one.
Let's go into the crew a little bit.
Crew?
The crew had
Goats.
taken on. I don't even think
goats.
half the people knew that they were going to be taking on such a task.
Oh no, probably not. They're
Because
like, yeah, I'll
coming
do
into it, they didn't know anything about. I mean, I'm sure a lot of them had seen the show.
Sure. Yeah.
But they had no idea just how much work stage crew was going to be.
Who's stage managing this one?
Abby.
Abby.
McCauley.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So they're
she
locking
stage
in.
managed quite a few shows that I've been in. So I knew she was ready to do it. But
Yeah.
I mean, just it's there's no blackouts other than
Okay.
the end of Act 1.
And there's no
that's
curtain.
It. And that's
Okay.
it.
There's no curtain. I just
No,
walk
no
off.
curtain. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
That's awesome.
The grand stays open. So it's like everything scene change wise, everything during the scenes. We have 2 big set pieces where, you know, you have to climb up ladders to get to the top. It's supposed to look like the railing, you know, that Jack and Crutchy are on at the beginning, and
Yeah.
then like you
Turns
know,
into
anything
everything.
higher up, it turns into everything. Yeah, and they're big, heavy set pieces, and they have to move them all the time. Like
Yeah.
the first number, there's so much movement. You know, they're moving from the one set to a diamond shape, and then into 2 separate pieces, and then back into, you know, a diamond, and then back into a straight line, and then move it back and forth. It's like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
But they picked it up really quick,
Mhm.
and they learned, and then they you know.
Yesterday went
it's so important to have-
so smoothly.
Oh my gosh.
So important to have a smooth like
Yes.
transition and stuff
Absolutely.
like that. Like if you have slow transitions, that'll kill a show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kill a show. So it's great that they're quick.
Oh, they're quick, and they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
And everything. I mean, I think everybody can say at least one time during a tech week, during a show, they've been like, "How the hell is this even gonna happen?"
Oh yeah.
Like,
Always.
and maybe directors are always. I have a feeling directors are always a little more harsh than it actually is.
Oh yeah.
Or do you know? What
I feel
I'm
like
trying to
they
say?
have to be, you know, like
Because they
you gotta
want
you
you
gotta
to
light
get-
that fire, you
Exactly.
know. Who's directing this one?
Ryan Ingram.
Ryan
It's Ryan Ingram. Okay.
Yeah.
Love Ryan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And his costume work is always incredible.
Phenomenal.
Yeah. Yep.
Every single one of Catherine's dresses, all 5 of
Oh,
them.
they look so
Yeah.
cool.
Meanwhile, I never change.
Yeah.
I'm sweating in the same clothes from the beginning.
Good. That'll smell great.
And I
next
was
week.
like, I was talking to Ryan one time about the costumes. I was like, Ryan, do you sit down and like figure out these color palettes for all these costumes by yourself? He's like, no, I get some ideas from some people, and then he's like, some I just throw together and see
Yeah.
how they look.
See how it
together,
goes. Yeah.
and then I'll change it.
Yeah.
But
So see what we have in the warehouse.
He's given me costumes before and just laughed at it after I put them on. I just did Guys and Dolls at the Erie Playhouse.
Yeah.
And I was Joey the Joker in that, and he gave me a suit with a pink vest, pink pants, and a green undershirt, like a green like button-up shirt. And he was like, "Dude, I dressed you up just like the Joker, and I did not even mean to do that. Like I didn't even realize that.
Like a watermelon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was, but it was really cool. Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
And
that's great.
I feel bad that I didn't know this. I didn't know he directed shows before.
No, really?
Before this,
I knew
No,
that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He
And I'd
does
known
he does
Ryan
stuff
for
at
so long.
high schools and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And man, he's done such a good job with this show.
Yeah.
That's why he has all the Northeast kids here.
Yeah.
Like
There you
Liam
go,
and
yeah.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
So let's go into the pit a little bit. Who's music directing this one?
Patrick Rose.
Patrick
Who
Rose.
I have personally worked a lot with for all my songs.
Yeah.
He's been awesome with me from the beginning, helping me so much. I don't think my vocals would be where they are for this show if it wasn't for him. Definitely not. Because there are so many moments in this show where, like, singing wrong even for this part, like this one part of the song would ruin the whole thing. But I mean, him teaching me those things also was like, oh, I gotta, like, do this on my own and, like, lock in.
Yeah.
But everyone else is great. We got Carter Houston on some of the keys. He's my vocal coach.
Cool.
Shout out to Carter. He does a lot for me too. He helped me a lot with Santa Fe. Rhonda Berlin is on.
Love Rhonda. Love
Oh,
Rhonda.
the Berlins, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mandy,
Both
and
down
Rhonda.
there. Mandy and Rhonda are both
She's
doing
on keyboard 1, whatever the main keyboard is. That's her, making all our songs sound good because piano is so important in this show.
Yes.
Who else is down there? Dan Bainbridge.
Love Dan.
Love Dan and Kelsey taking down I think they're cellos together.
Okay.
Doing
Tim on
great.
drums.
Who am I missing? Probably missing a ton of people. Liz on percussion.
Love
Staple.
Love Liz. Yeah.
Staple,
Yes.
can't live without her.
Oh my gosh, can't. All the little like Looney Tune type noises and stuff that are going on in
Yeah.
the show. She's doing those too.
Looney Tunes Liz.
Yeah. Hey,
Love
new
Liz,
nickname.
man.
New nickname.
Yeah.
But
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick. The first time I worked with him was what was it? The 40 year 40th New Year's concert, or was it not? Or was it the 100 year?
Was it the one we did recently?
Yeah.
40 and 100 are very,
Very
Are
far
very
apart.
different.
Was it
Memory is
was
awful.
it just a New Year's Eve concert?
I think it was.
That was your
Let's
first
just
time?
go with that.
We'll just go with.
If it was that
Whatever.
one, then it was
Either way, it was the
It
one
was a
where
concert.
We had a ton of people there that I had never performed with before, and he was doing the vocals for that. And I worked with him on that, and I don't think I've ever worked with anybody like him before.
Mm-hmm.
He's very about his stuff.
Yeah.
He's very technical.
Mm-hmm.
Very technical.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was doing my song, when we were doing Santa Fe Prologue, it's not that much singing. It's not a very long song, but like he was talking about like, oh, don't even get me started on Letter for Refuge. My song, he was nitpicking every single sentence. He
Yeah.
would stop after I sang one line and say, okay, so what does that mean to you?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
loves
You
doing
know,
that.
he loves talking about what the inflection is and why you're singing it.
It's
And
so important, though.
It is
And
very
as an
important.
actor, sometimes you just forget about that. You're
Yeah.
like, I just have to remember the
Yep.
lines. It's like, you know
And,
what I mean?
like before we even started, he said, I know this is going to be tedious, but I want you to think about who you are. I want you to think about you're a 15-year-old kid that's starving. And like he went into that speech a lot about like, you know, you're starving and you have barely enough money to buy yourself the next set of papers that you're going to sell.
No.
You know, not knowing if you're going to sell, you know what I'm saying, sell more to get yourself food for the next day or something like that. But he really made me think about every individual thing that went on during my song.
Yeah.
And like, you know, for every other song and stuff like that. He's very, very good.
That's awesome.
And
Awesome.
he's already taught me a couple of things that I will use in future stuff.
Yeah, great.
Oh yeah,
Great.
definitely.
So he's awesome. It's been great working with him.
No, I know when it would be rehearsals with me, Peyton, Jonathan, and Les for one of the reprises, and he would just be on. He'd be on Jonathan, who plays Davey. He'd be like, "What does he mean by those words?" And like every single time he spoke,
How
I
does
was
that
like,
make
"Dang,
you
he should
feel? He's like a therapist.
literally."
The musical therapist.
And now, but like it's a really good number now.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that song in particular. Now that you say that, is like, it's very thought provoking.
Yeah.
Like everything that is said in that is like, Dave, what the hell did you bust up your brains or something? Like
Yeah.
it was like it's a conversation.
Right. Yeah.
It's a cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I can't wait to see it. Like I said, I'll get there the third weekend.
Yeah.
We're going to move into something new. We've never done this on the show. We're going to dive into Reddit a little bit.
Oh, we're doing it. We're doing it.
We're doing it. So this is a story from the subreddit, Am I the Asshole?
Yep.
All right. So
Ass beep.
ass beep. Recently, I, OP, 31 female,
Okay, here we go.
and my
We're
husband,
going right into
32
this.
male, attended an opening night performance.
Hold on. Before we do this,
Yeah.
some people may not know what this is. I think we know too well what this is.
Go ahead and explain.
No, just so they're just it's people post stories to Reddit,
Yeah.
basically saying, "Am I the bad guy in this situation?"
Right.
And they give a whole scene like set up for whatever it is, and people basically
And
comment like,
We're the masters of their fate.
Yes, we decide.
We decide if you are the ass beep.
"Okay, all right, let's hear it."
All right. So her and her husband attended an opening night performance of the musical Six in the U.S., a British comedy musical in the style of a pop concert. Runtime is 90 minutes, no intermission. I've seen this musical before. It gets a bit rowdy with lots of clapping and louder than normal for a musical audience, laughing and cheering.
Okay.
We are in a smaller balcony area with about 20 people. The stranger, S, next to me, shares that he has seen the show multiple times and is excited. I share that I've seen it one time and my husband has not seen it yet. I note that S appears intoxicated,
Oh boy.
but is not disruptive or rude. Show starts. Opening number is rowdy, with S next to me, hooting, hollering, and clapping at max volume. I was equally as excited, so I was glad S could enjoy. Now the musical is going, and S is continuously, literally nonstop, clapping at top volume through songs that don't indicate audience participation at that volume. S is cheering loudly over dialogue as well. The row of people in front of us keep turning their heads back and glaring. I lean over and say, OP in a stage whisper at S at normal volume. OP, could you clap a little softer? I'm having trouble hearing the words over your clapping during the song. S, it's a concert. The performers love it. OP, yes, but I'm having trouble hearing. You were cheering at a 10. Could you drop it to a 9.5?
Yeah.
S, have you ever been on stage? They love it. OP, well, no, but I'm having trouble hearing right now, and I'm trying nicely to ask you to bring it back just a little. S, no.
Wow.
OP, I was just asking. So I thought about telling an usher, but I didn't want to miss more of the show. Someone else from the strangers group leaned over from a different row and tried to quiet S. And his mom, who was just as loud, clapping, hollering, crying. S got very defensive and loudly bemoaned that we ruined his night that he paid $80 for.
Jesus.
S crossed his arms, pouted, and slunk down in his chair. After the next song, S yelled, "Boo!"
Wow.
during a silence in the song meant to build tension. Leaned over to me and said, "That's what you get." I was confused about the outburst and I ignored it. Shortly after, his mom loudly complained that they were no longer having any fun and let's leave. She storms out over my husband and I. S remains sulking for the remainder of the show. I focus on the show and have a good time. At curtain call, the audience stands up to clap, including OP and husband. S throws his arms like, "Look at all the rudeness of these people." My husband nudges me to leave, so there's not another scene with S. I felt like it was okay to ask for the excitement to be toned down, not stopped, so that I could hear. My husband agreed, but added that maybe the stranger was neurodivergent. Even if the stranger was neurodivergent, I think it was polite and direct for the venue that we were at.
Yeah.
So, am I the asshole for requesting the stranger to lower the volume a bit and then ruining his evening?
No.
Well, yeah, no.
No.
I-
A consensus no.
Now, there's something that I noticed last night during Newsies, actually, that
Yeah.
people would clap after, certain parts of a song.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I think it's a mix of people. You've brought an emotion to people with your song
Right.
that inclines them to be like excited enough to want to clap in the middle of your song.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a different story. I
Yeah,
think.
no, if you're doing nonstop, even during dialogue, it's like, okay.
Like at the end of
time to shut up.
the big part of like King of New York,
Yeah.
like
if
when
you're
they started
clapping-
singing again, they all like a bunch of people were clapping.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right when we sang or opened up with "Ain't it a fine life carrying the banner through it all,"
Yeah.
people started clapping for that too.
Yeah.
But I think that was like the only couple times that people clapped.
But
during the
that's
actual
good.
song.
That's like the
That's
good kind of clapping.
reinforcing.
You're not being disrupted.
If you're clapping about me being sad that Crutchy was beaten up and taken to refuge,
Good.
come on, man.
Yeah, you're singing your song with Peyton. This dude's in the back. Woo!
Something
Yeah!
to believe in. Then there's just like a creep for wanting us to kiss.
Right, but it's like
What do you want out of this, man?
Yeah, and clearly intoxicated but not being disruptive. That was a setup for like.
That was a
He's
setup.
gonna be disruptive.
He's
for
going
the
to
rest
be.
of the show.
Brenna and I went to see Cabaret in New York
Mm-hmm.
with Eddie Redmayne, and
Feel gone.
yeah, there was this lady next to us who had been just like going at the bottle hard,
Oh boy.
and like I had to get into my seat, and she like was so drunk she couldn't get up to move, so I had to like climb over her. And the entire time they're like popping this bottle of champagne and like spilling it all over people, and they're like talking top volume. And I was like,
You know,
dude,
I really
shut up.
believe that some people view entertainment as like such like they don't have an appreciation.
No,
for it.
it's
Like,
dance
it's-
monkey. Like
Right. Exactly.
I paid all this money. I can do whatever I want.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're there just in case I want to turn my attention to you and see what you're doing.
Right.
Because I'm bored.
Right.
That's how I feel like a lot of people view entertainment. Like I've heard stories of people going to like Broadway, that Broadway dinner place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the name of it is, but we, like where in New York
Yeah.
City where
Yeah.
where actors are like singing songs and
Right,
stuff like that.
Stardust,
And they're
Ellen Stardust
so
Diner.
talented.
Yeah.
And like some of these actors come off of Broadway.
Yeah.
And perform here. And I've heard stories of people like right after they get done singing a song, someone told me, I can't remember who it was, but they told me that this guy, he had sang this song really, really well, and it was like amazing. And as soon as the song was over, someone looked up to him and went, "Hey, could you give me some more napkins, please?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
man.
just no, like, "Hey, man, you were really great." Like when you get a second,
Yeah.
you could have. I mean, straight into it. Like, I need something.
I think it's because
Hey,
most
napkins.
people just don't understand the effort that goes into it.
Right.
They're just like, oh yeah, they've been like my brother had no clue that I was rehearsing. He also has.
You just went up in there and did it. You
No,
just...
it's funny because he was like, "It's gonna be nice to see you on stage again." I'm like, "I've been doing shows since. I haven't stopped doing theater. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Whatever." But he was like, "So you have rehearsal today?" I was like, "Yeah, I have rehearsal every day actually." He's like, "No way, really?" And I
I
was
thought
like,
you just like learned it in your head and
and I
went
was
on
like,
and did
"Yeah,
it.
we have to like do lights and all that." He's like, "Lights just don't start at the beginning." I was like,
Oh.
well, no, because we haven't blocked the show at the beginning." He's like, "Well, why don't you just block the show at the beginning?" I was like, "It's not just black and white. Like you can't just.
Yeah.
It's not just 1, 2, 3, 4."
That's a good point. I don't think a lot of people realize how much individual parts of the show you got to break down and do separately. You can't do it just all in. Okay, turn the lights on. Okay, close the curtain, open the curtain, move this chair. Yeah, it's like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So the consensus is not the ass beep.
Not that beep.
All right. We're going to take our Warner Books coffee break, and we are going to be right back with our What's On 814. See you in a minute. That's me. Welcome back, everybody. From our Warner Books coffee break, my coffee is gone,
Yep.
but it was delicious. It was it's a new one at Warner Books. It's the colder iced latte.
The colder.
That's what they call it. It's the Werner
Colder.
Colder iced latte.
Hardly know her.
That's the voice of Anthony Nunez with the terrible joke. Womp womp womp.
It was very good.
Where is
actually.
Warner Books at?
Warner Books is up in the Liberty Plaza.
Glad you asked.
Yeah,
Liberty Plaza?
Liberty Plaza.
Okay.
It's a. They have a new space up there. It's huge. They have a coffee shop.
Plenty of books.
Plenty of books.
A show was done there. Schuster show.
Schuster show's
Erotic
done there.
fiction.
Really?
Did you know about that?
Yeah. Yep.
Nothing.
Yep.
Exactly.
So they're very involved in the theater community, and it's cool. So we're gonna do our What's on 814 right now. My face is so big right now. And it's like wow.
Do you
Yeah,
know
it's
how to
zoomed
like?
in.
Is it like?
It's not zoomed in. No. Oh, it is. Why was it zoomed in so much?
Is it good now?
Ah. Okay. We're gonna start with Broadway and Erie 2024-2025 season. Dear Evan Hansen, October 15th and 16th. We're going to be doing interviews with cast members coming through Erie.
Wait, say that
thanks.
again.
So we have a partnership with Broadway and Erie.
Uh-huh.
So every time one of the national tours comes in, we do interviews with cast members from the shows.
Sometimes I work those.
Yeah.
I'm a stagehand.
Yeah,
Warner
yeah.
Theater.
Oh, yeah.
right,
That's
all
right.
right.
I make my rounds.
There you go. There
Met
you
some
go.
pretty cool people.
That's
through
really
that.
cool, though.
Yeah. And oh yeah, this is Dylan Vergotz, by the way.
Yup.
He's also here. Forgots.
Forgats.
So Dear Evan Hansen, October 15th to 16th. Pretty Women, January 8th to 9th. The Cher
Actually-
Show. What's up?
My girlfriend knows somebody in the Pretty Women
Oh, yeah?
National Tour. Yeah, they'll be here. And They'll
Okay.
be hanging out
That's awesome.
when they're in
Well,
Erie,
maybe we'll
which is
have
kinda
to
funny.
interview them.
Jared Warren.
Jared. All right.
No, I lied. Robbie something. I don't know his
That's-
last name.
well,
Wow.
you were
Completely
way
different name. Completely
I
different.
said his boyfriend.
Okay.
Jared.
Oh.
So they met through Jared. Amanda and Jared are very close, but Jared's boyfriend Robbie is in the show.
Okay.
Cool.
I don't know him personally. I've talked to him like twice, but they're super close.
Nice. Well, maybe we'll have to.
Fun
interview them.
fact.
Fun fact.
Fun fact of the day.
So Pretty Women is in January 8th and 9th. The Cher Show is February 25th and 26th. The Addams Family is March 17th and 18th. And Ain't Too Proud is May 23rd and 24th.
All right.
So it's a pretty solid season.
That's exciting stuff.
Yeah. Gannon Schuster Theater, How We Take Our Coffee, an original play featuring influential women in Erie's history, which is going to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival next week. Tickets are available online or at the door,
Bro, you got it.
and that is tonight only at 7:30.
Tonight only kickoff show.
Yeah.
I was not involved in it whatsoever, despite going to Gannon.
Yeah.
Had my time in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Well, I could only afford it once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
But I'm excited for them. It's a good show to go over there. It's like the perfect Fringe show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if you're available tonight, go check it out. The Station Dinner Theater is doing Dick Clarkson's Jukebox Hop from July 13th to August 4th. The Erie Playhouse. Newsies.
Yes.
When are you guys running,
Yeah.
guys?
Run in from this weekend, the 26th, all the way to August 11th, with a potential on the DL fourth weekend. On that, I believe Friday, Saturday.
Which, based off of the tickets that we sold last night, is possible.
High potential.
It's
awesome.
definitely potential.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Right in the smack dab middle, Celebrate Erie.
Awesome.
It's gonna be busy downtown.
Yeah. And also during Celebrate Erie is Miscast from the Erie
Yes.
Playhouse. That's going to be August 18th at 5 p.m. at Room 33, which I am a part of. So that's going to
Yeah,
be fun.
that'll be fun.
Looking forward
I'm
to that.
excited to see that.
Yeah.
I already got my ticket.
Yeah, sweet. And then going out to Franklin, Barrow Civic Theater is doing God of Carnage, August 15th through the 18th. The cast is incredible for that. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Meadville Community Theater is doing Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night in September. It's the 13th through the 22nd. And the Academy Theater is currently doing Jersey Boys, which
Yep.
I am in right now.
Which is very good, by the way.
These guys
very
saw it last
good.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, loved that show.
was
It
really
was super
good.
fun to watch.
There was a lot of people in that cast I had not seen perform before. It was really
Yeah,
cool.
and they were cooking.
They were cooking.
Let us cook. Let us
Oh,
cook.
you cooked.
And
You
we are
cooked.
running until August 4th, so that's next weekend. So that's what's on 814, and that's all we got for the show today. Let me flip this baby around on you guys, so you stop seeing my dumb face.
Dumb mug.
Let's say goodbye to the people.
Say goodbye.
Yeah.
I feel like we barely got started. Okay. All right.
Whatever.
It's whatever.
Well, come see Newsies.
Come see
It's going.
Newsies.
Yep, it's going July 26th through August 11th.
Your resident Jack Kelly and Crutchy here.
Crutchy.
We'll be
Jack
there.
Kelly.
We'll be there every night, opening
Yep.
the show.
Selling papes.
Fun show. Selling
papes.
like we was giving them away. Yep.
That's
It's a
awesome.
dinner.
come on,
It's a
that was a
doozy.
banger. That was a banger.
Whatever.
All right, thanks for being here today, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
Really
No problem.
appreciate it,
Heck yeah.
and looking forward to seeing Newsies.
We'll see you there.
All right, see you guys. Have a
Peace.
great week. Support local theater.
Yeah.